Call this meeting to order, and I'm just hoping we don't have a fire. You think we got enough protection in here? Everybody, good to see you. I hope you enjoyed the. Well, that's on my agenda. I hadn't read that yet, so good to see everybody. You made it through all the ice and the storm and everything, and everybody's staying warm. That's good. I do want to tell you before we get started, we've got new communication. All the equipment's came in, so you're going to enjoy that today. And I want to tell you that our communication team has worked very hard, and I'm getting a lot of good comments on them on a regular basis. I love to track numbers, and I will tell you that Facebook live stream, there's a lot of viewers out there. We've had over 10,000 people who actually logged in on social media. I thought you was raising your hand to stop me from talking or something. And then I also got them to track all the hits and everything for the whole year, and I thought this was pretty impressive. Through YouTube only, watching the videos, I hope you're watching some of the new videos that Matt and Philip and them are putting out, but we had 54,056 views in 2025, and you will see that increase as this year in 2026. Reminder now to cut off your phones, put them on silent or vibrate so it won't be interrupted. And if I can get Rodney, is it Rodney or the marshal? Here's the marshal, bring me my list. It is not Rodney. Good to see you, buddy. All righty. This morning we have my favorite person up here to give our prayer and our pledge. And I have not my card. I must have left it on my desk, so I'm going to wing it and tell you that when I first started getting involved in the county, I worked with the Board of Elections and fell in love with Miss Deidre. Her prayer gift is wonderful. I think you do that pretty much with everybody in your department just about on a daily basis, don't you? She's been in the county. I might have these figures wrong, but it's how long you been working in the county?
30 years.
30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been in Board of Elections?
22 years.
Been here a long time and done such a great job.
I started when I was 10.
Do what now?
I started when I was 10.
Got a great family, stays involved in everything, and I just want to say you are in the top in the state. They look at you and what you're doing right, and they use your department as a model or a template to help other counties. I think we need to give her a hand of applause.
Thank you.
And if I can get y'all to stand, she's going to open us up in prayer and the pledge.
I would just first like to say how honored I am to be able to be in the room with so many first responders. I know that this past week's probably been very tough on y'all, and I just want you to know that you are appreciated, from our firemen to our sheriff to our marshals, our city police officers. I just appreciate y'all so much, and y'all have a thankless job sometimes, but I just want you to know it does not go unnoticed what you do, and you are so loved and appreciated, and you are so prayed for. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day that you have given us, Lord. Thank you for providing protection during this storm we've just gone through, Lord. Thank you for keeping your hand upon us, Lord. Lord, I just thank you for each one of these commissioners, Lord. I thank you for what they do for us to keep this county going, Lord. Lord, I know that it is a hard job, and I know that they get it from every angle, Lord, but I just pray you keep your hand on them. Keep your hand on our county manager. Keep your hand on our county attorney, Lord. Lord, I just thank you for the wisdom that you have put on this board, God. I thank you for what they mean to me, God, and for all the times they've helped me, Lord. I just thank you for putting them together, Lord, because I know that your hand is in it, Lord. Lord, I thank you for all these department heads, God, that lead their departments and they lead them well, Lord. I thank you, God, for, again, all these first responders, Lord, for, God, you called them into what they do. I know that it is a calling that you put upon their lives, and I thank you for that, God, and I thank you for continually protecting them, Lord. And I just pray that you just continue to be with them on every call they go and every mile they drive, Lord. Just take care of them and protect them, Lord. Lord, just go with us in our county and let us continue to be the best county in the state of Georgia, Lord. Thank you for the leadership that you've put in place, Lord. Lord, I just want to ask you to go with us through these elections, Lord, that we're about to face, God. Lord, I just pray that you just continue to give us the strength, God, and just be with us, Lord, and just watch over us, God. We thank you for everything you do. And it's in the sweet and precious name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Let us pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Deidre.
Thank you.
I will say in your prayer time too, remember Dave Carmichael, he's in the hospital and he needs your prayers. As a reminder to everybody, the minutes are available for your review on the back table. They're from January the 13th, the work session minutes, and also January the 13th. This is in 2026. The board meetings are available for your review. Announcements at this time. We're going to do Team Paulding, the Employee of the Month in January. Miss Allison Allen. And she's in the public defender's office, so y'all can roll it now. It was a fun.
We are in the Public Defender's Office for State Court of Paulding County, and we are here because I nominated Allison Allen to be Employee of the Month, and she won. Allison is graceful, Allison is kind, and Allison is, well, she's just Allison. I mean, she is a team player. She does well. She represents Paulding County very well. And I appreciate how well she does her job and the effort she puts forth, because she truly is a great asset to Paulding County, and she represents the county well. I mean, everybody that comes in contact with her, if they know she worked for Paulding County, they've encountered someone that helped them. I'm very grateful for our friendship.
Oh, at this time, the Board of Commissioners would like to present the Fireman Recognition Day proclamation to Fire Chief Brubaker, and I'm going to read that to you. Y'all come on up if you want to. My goodness alive. Is anybody protecting us out there now? I'm going to sit down so they can hear this, and I'll stand back up. The proclamation of Fire Department Recognition Day. Whereas the Paulding County joins the state of Georgia to recognize the first Tuesday of February as Firefighter Recognition Day. And whereas the Georgia firefighters are a critically important part of our safety, public safety network, protecting lives and property through fire response, medical emergencies, fire prevention, and the code enforcement. And whereas the firefighters are specially trained to assist in any other emergency situation, including building collapses, hazardous material incidents, rescue involving specialized equipment, vehicle accidents, water main breaks, and utility emergencies and other non-fire emergencies. And whereas firefighters are committed to keeping our community safe by offering fire safety education and prevention strategies, and whereas the firefighters bravely face a possible injury and even death in their performance of their duties to ensure the safety and the well-being of the Georgia citizens. Now, therefore, the Paulding County Board of Commissioners do hereby recognize on February the 3rd, 2026, Paulding County firefighters in conjunction with the state of Georgia on this 54th Annual Firefighter Recognition Day. And I want to give this to you. Congratulations. Great. Thanks for all y'all doing. You're going to have to kneel. Nobody can see us back here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you.
Excellent, thank you.
Yay, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
We love you guys.
Y'all are worth it. Don't have any invited guests this time, but I did forget to say this. Our elected officials, Ashley, good to see you. Who else am I missing? Yes, where's she at? Right there, just got in. Good to see you. Judge O'Connor, where's she at? Oh, yep, right beside her. Did I miss anybody else? I think that's it then. Bid awards at this time. We have, the first one is discuss action to award the purchase of the VMware license renewal for the term of 5 years using a state contract to SHI in the amount of $262,584 to be paid in the amount of $52,516.80 per year. Funding will be allocated through the general fund. Mr. Lyons, see here? Nope, you're taking your place.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Paulding County IT has used VMware software to manage our virtual server environment for nearly 2 decades. This technology allows the department to respond quickly to requests for additional computer resources while reducing the cost by consolidating hardware into a smaller physical footprint. This approach also lowers energy consumption and minimizes the manpower required for system management. Following Broadcom's acquisition of VMware in 2023, the licensing and pricing models have changed significantly. Over the past year, costs have increased, forcing many counties and cities and municipalities to abandon VMware. The number of available distributors has decreased, and licenses have shifted to a multi-year purchasing subscription agreement model. Despite these changes, our reliance on VMware remains, and VMware continues to be our hypervisor of choice due to its widespread adoption and its strong integration with other vendor technologies such as Munis, Tyler. VMware has met the county's virtualization needs and was approved as part of this year's budget. It is recommended that the board award the purchase of the VMware licensing renewal and support for the term of 5 years using state contract to SHI in the amount of $262,584 to be paid in the amount of $52,516.80 per year. Do you have any questions, concerns?
Any questions or comments from the board? Appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Next, we will discuss action to award Gullick Road at Cedar Crest Way Road Improvement Project to the lowest reliable bidder, Wilson Construction Management, in the amount of $1,053,024.70. Funding for this project will be allocated from the developer construction and SPLOS. The total development contribution from Gullick Road at Cedar Crest Way Road project is $191,800. This project is located in Post 4. Go ahead. They got everything wrong on this sheet.
Well, good morning. The Paulding County Finance Department advertised the Department of Transportation's project known as Gulledge Road at Creekview Way Road Improvement Project. Funding was allocated towards this project in the 2017-2023 DOT SPLOST funds towards Gulledge Road curve realignments, which was the identified SPLOST line. The project consists of reconstructing the existing road curvature on Gulledge Road north and south of Creekview Way to satisfy the posted 35-mile-per-hour speed limit and construct a new intersection tie-in to Creekview Way. The work consists of, but not limited to, just clearing, grading, base material installation, temporary staging, traffic lanes, curbing, storm drain, asphalt, and thermoplastic striping. We received 9 bids for this project, and they were opened on January 16th of 2026. DOT and Finance has reviewed the 9 bids and recommends award to the lowest reliable bidder, which was Wilson Construction Management, in the amount of $1,053,024.70. The low bid is 11.4% higher than the engineer's estimate. However, 8 of the bids that were received were within 29% of the low bid, which indicates a reasonable assumption that the low bid amount is in line with current contractors' pricing. The project has a 12-month completion date from the notice to proceed. If approved, funding for this contract will be provided from the developer's contributions in the amount of $191,800 in SPLOST. DOT and Finance both recommend that the Board of Commissioners award the Gulledge Road at Creekview Way Road Improvement Project to the lowest reliable builder, Wilson Construction Management, in the total amount of $1,053,024.70. Funds for the project, again, would be allocated from developers' contributions as well as SPLOST, and is located in Post 4.
Thank you, Erica. Any comments or questions from the board?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
The last one on the bid awards is discuss action to authorize the chairman to enter in a contract with the North Georgia Amateur Umpire Association starting January the 1st of 2026 and ending in December the 31st of 2028. Funding will be covered from the general funds. Mr. Wilson.
Good morning. Yes, on January 2nd, we received bids for our umpire and officiating contracts for the next few years. These umpires cover our youth and adult sports for us in the county. We received 1 bid. It was from North Georgia Amateur Umpires Association. It's the same group we've used for the past several years. This bid, if you look, there's not a total lump sum there. That's because this bid is based on a per game basis. So that number is kind of determined by the number of participants we have, each season. Again, this is covered by our registration cost whenever the participants sign up. That cost is, accrued through that right there. So I can answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions, comments? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. At this time, we don't have any committee or department reports. We do have public participation, and I'll call Mr. Raymond Phillips at this time to come to the podium. I think that's timed. It's 5 minutes, and address all your questions to the chair.
Okay, thank you, and I'll probably need the 5 minutes. Chair, thank you all for being here. Thank you for letting me come and speak to you guys. I am speaking on behalf of an item that's coming up here shortly, which is zoning on Nebo Road. It's a little bit further down in your agenda. I'm going to speak slow because my wife says I tend to speed up when I speak, so I'm going to go slow. I brought you all a letter that I'd put together. I gave it to the county clerk, and she assured me that they got it. So I trust that you guys have had an opportunity to read it. I want to read it aloud just so that the community can also understand where I'm coming from. Basically, what we're talking about on this zoning is taking an A1 property that is zoned A1, which means that it's limited to one house or one lot per 5 acres. So there can only be 8 lots on that property. The rezoning is for R1, which then allows 20 additional lots. So there can be 28 lots. They're looking to zone this from 8 lots basically to 28 lots. So I'm opposed to that. And I only got interested in it because it's across the street from my daughter. But the more that I've looked into this, it's kind of alarming to me that it's even something to consider, because I know that everyone in this room can attest that we're behind. Our infrastructure's behind, our schools are behind, everything's behind. And my understanding is that we have an R2 moratorium. So I would think that that means you guys understand that we need to slow down and let our infrastructure catch up. So I don't think you should argue with we're behind in a lot of ways. So after review of the application, staff analysis, and the zoning board's recommendation, there are several substantive reasons why this rezoning request should be denied. First, the applicant purchased the subject property with full knowledge that it was zoned A1. Usually when you purchase a piece of property, you put stipulations like, hey, it's contingent me getting zoning. They bought it knowing that it was A1, which limits residential density to 5-acre lots. The existing zoning accurately reflects the rural character of this area and the infrastructure capacity currently available. Rezoning the property to R1 would represent a significant increase in density inconsistent with the zoning in place at the time of purchase. Second, during the zoning hearing, the applicant stated that the rezoning request was intended to allow for larger lots. So we're going from 5-acre lots to 1-acre lots, and somewhere we're going to larger lots. However, it was later acknowledged that the soils on the property were insufficient to support R2 zoning, and the countywide R2 moratorium prevented higher density development. These factors indicate that the rezoning request is driven by development limitations rather than compatibility with the surrounding land uses, or adheres to the county's long-term planning objectives. We planned it that way. It's A1. It was zoned that way. Third, despite requesting R1 zoning, the applicant also requested multiple variances from R1 development standards. So not only is it not going to be R1, it's going to be modified. It's a modified R1. Seeking multiple variances on the outset demonstrates that the proposed development does not conform to the intent or requirements of the R1 district. Granting rezoning while simultaneously disregarding district standards sets an unfavorable precedent and undermines the integrity of the county's zoning framework. It's like a homeowners association having covenants. The county has covenants, and this is in the framework. Fourth, the Zoning Board of Appeals reviewed the application and recommended denial by a vote of 4-2-1. This recommendation reflects concerns related to density, infrastructure capacity, and consistency with existing patterns in the area. Additionally, the current moratorium on R2 zoning appears to be a deliberate policy decision intended to pause residential growth and allow infrastructure, particularly roads and public services, to catch up with existing development. Approving this rezoning would effectively circumvent the intent of that moratorium and contribute to the continued development pressure without corresponding infrastructure readiness. Finally, it is unclear why Post 2 Commissioner made a motion to table this application from last month until the second commission meeting today, when the record, the staff recommendations, zoning board, all indicate that denial is warranted. Delay in action under these circumstances creates unnecessary uncertainty and raises questions as to what additional information could materially happen to change the outcome. So what has happened from last month to this month that makes us think there's something different? I do know that they had 2 lots that were shotgun lots, basically, which didn't conform to R1, because the lot can't be any deeper than it is wide.
Mr. Phillips, your time is up.
So in conclusion, I'll say, for these reasons, denial of rezoning application is consistent with the sound land use planning, responsible growth management, and respect for the community. And I would say when this comes up for a vote, hey, I'd like to close in that I'm open-minded. I understand that it may be something so significant that's like, hey, and no one told me that this is why it should be and this is why we're going to do it.
Mr.
I'm
Phillips, your
open-minded to
time is
that,
up.
but I would like for you to explain it. when we get to that point. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips, for your comments and concern. Now we'll move into the consent agenda items. There are 9 of them. The first one is to appoint Will Rexstraw at post 4 appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission with a term ending in December 31st of 2026. The second one is, as the staff recommends the Board of Commissioners to approve renewal of the contract service agreement with FL Graphics for the Paulding County kiosk program for a period of 1 year. And next is accept the delegation of the easement partial 181.3.3.008.0000 for the renewal sanitary sewage line from the Paulding County IBA, and the easement is located in post 3. Next is adopt resolution 2026-04, authorizing the submission of Transportation Improvement Program, which is known as the TIP grant application to the Atlanta Regional Commissioner for construction funding for the Cedar Crest Road widening project from Harmony Grove Church Road to the Cobb County line, which is PA-036B and PI-001-3700, and this project is located in post 1 and also in post 4. Next is to approve Genevieve Cole to the Paulding County Civil Service Board for a 4-year term ending in December 31st of the year 2029. Next is adopt the undated pay scale for the Paulding County Sheriff's Office, and the next is adopt the Paulding County Sheriff's Office reclassification for Lieutenant Colonel and also Chief Deputy. Next is approve the new supplement for the sheriff of $40,000. And the last one is to accept the streets located below for perpetual maintenance by the county. That's Magnolia Point Phase 1, which is Pecan Drive, Spruce Circle, Sapling Way, and Willow Lane. And also Magnolia Point Phase 2, which is the same, Pecan Drive, Spruce Circle, Sapling Way, and also Willow Lane. Is any of the commissioners like to move any of these to new business? Okay. Next, we'll get into old business, and this is the first one is the one Raymond and Mr. Phillips just talked about. It is 2025-25Z application by the Nebo Road Property LLC, requesting to rezone approximately 43 acres from the A1 agricultural district to the R1 rural residential districts for the purpose of development of 28 lots. Application has also requested several variants. Property is located in land lot 1231, 1290, District 2, Section 3. Proposed sites is located on the north side of Nebo Road, east of the Villa Rica Highway, which is State Route 61. That's in Post 2. Mr. Robbins.
Good morning. Yes, this application, rezoning from A1 to R1, came before the Planning Commission in November. The applicant had suggested several variances for this application, which there was concerns from staff. That Planning Commission did recommend denial 4, 2, and 1. At the December Board of Commissioner meeting, this application was tabled. There was some questions from the applicant trying to make some different approaches and improvements to this. We have met with the applicant on one occasion and intend to meet also again prior to 6 o'clock tonight. They have adjusted their application and site plan to do away with all variances except for 3 minimal road frontage requirement on 3 cul-de-sac lots and to reduce the trees from 3 to 1, which is a requirement in the R1 district. And so that's kind of where we're at today. And I know that there is some changes to that site plan that, maybe consider other options.
Any comments or questions from the board? Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Next, we'll go into new business, is to discuss action to adopt Resolution 2025-05, amending Resolution 2026-01 to establish the qualifying fee for the Office of Solicitor General for the State Court of Paulding County and authorizing publication of the same. Mr. Paul.
Yes. At the last meeting, the first meeting in January, we set the qualifying fees for the local offices, and we inadvertently left off the Solicitor General, and so we needed to set the qualifying fee for that position as well.
Any questions or comments?
She did.
Thank you so much. Next, we'll discuss action to approve a project funding allocated increase for the amount of $50,000 for the completion of the fiscal year 2025 bituminous surface treatment project for the Northwest Georgia Paving Incorporated. This allocation increases, allotment increase will be funded from the general fund. This project is located in Post 2 and in Post 4. Erica.
Yes, sir. Good morning again. On April 8th of 2025, Paulding County awarded the FY 2025 bituminous surface treatment project to Northwest Georgia Paving, Inc. in the amount of $703,113.75. The project consisted of 8.695 miles of triple bituminous surface treatment, including prime coat and fog seal on 11 county roads. During that course of construction of the project, an additional road was added to the scope of the project. Parker Road is in the northeast part of the county, Post 4, and was added due to citizens' request and overall roadway condition. In addition, during construction, the fog seal application was determined it needed to be a heavier rate than was initially estimated to ensure complete and lasting coverage on the road surfaces. These two items combined for an overage amount of $50,000, which is 7.1% over the original contract cost. The overage quantities are paid at the same rates as were identified in the contract, and no change to the bid rates were asked for. Staff has verified the quantities and use of the contract are correct. The overage will be paid from general fund. The project is located in Post 2 and 4, and we would request that the Board of Commissioners approve a project funding allotment increase in the amount of $50,000 for the completion of the FY 2025 bituminous surface treatment project to Northwest Georgia Paving, Inc. The allotment increase will be funded from general funds, and again, the project was located in Post 2 and 4.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All right, you're also up there next.
Yes, sir.
And that's to discuss action to authorize the chairman to enter into a supplemental agreement with Kimley Horn and Associates in the amount of $77,000 for professional engineering design services for the New Hope Corridor Improvement Project. Funding for this allotted from SPLOS. Project is located in Post 1, also in Post 4.
Yes, sir. Again, this is our Dallas-Ackworth Highway New Hope Corridor Project. Dallas-Ackworth Highway, County Road 710, is a 2-lane minor arterial roadway located in Post 1 and 4, which connects downtown Dallas along East Memorial Drive to State Route 92 at the Crossroads community. The New Hope area, where Dallas-Ackworth Highway goes through, suffers from significant delays, particularly in the AM and the PM peak hours, due to a limited space between major intersections, high amount of traffic, and vehicle queuing. To address these issues, the Paulding County Board of Commissioners approved entering into a consultant services agreement with Kimley Horn and Associates, Inc. in the amount of $882,852.09 for preliminary engineering design services for a roadway project. The roadway project will encompass Dallas-Ackworth Highway and extend south of Bobo Road and north to Due West Road, including intersection improvements. The project widens Dallas-Ackworth Highway and the project limits to 2 travel lanes in both directions and relocating the existing intersections of Due West Road and Bobo Road further away from the Dallas-Ackworth Highway, Old Cartersville Road at East Paulding Drive intersection. During our public information open house on September 18th, 2025, we shared our conceptual layout of the project. We had 128 people attend the meeting and 29 people provided comments related to the project. Since that meeting, Paulding County and Kimberly Horn have reviewed the comments and been able to incorporate some of the shared comments into the project's conceptual layout. Alternative alignments of Bobo Road and Due West Road, where they intersected Dallas-Ackworth Highway, were comments that we were received during the public meeting. These alternative alignments will move both the Due West Road and Dallas-Ackworth Highway at Due West Road and Bobo Road intersections further away from the intersection of Dallas-Ackworth Highway, East Paulding Drive, and Old Cartersville Road. Staff generally agrees with the validity of the majority of the comments and the benefit of the alternative alignments of Bobo Road and Due West Road. Incorporating these modifications requires increase into survey limits and additional property parcels that may be impacted. The survey limits is an additional 23 acres that were outside of the original survey boundary that was identified. 30 additional parcels need to be identified and surveyed for potential impacts, and an additional 2,000 linear feet of added roadway length. We would request that the Board of Commissioners approve a supplemental agreement with Kimberly Horn and Associates in the amount of $77,000 for professional engineering design services, which would cover the survey expansion, the additional parcels, and the additional roadway length. For the New Hope Corridor Improvement Project, the project is located in Post 1 and 4, and funding will be allocated through SPLOST.
Any comments or questions from the board? Ms. Parrish, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Next, we'll discuss action to approve the change order 3 to the Tulsa Construction Consulting contract in the amount of $173,800 to extend the services through August the 31st of 2026. Funding will be allotted from SPLOST funds. And Mr. Montford.
Good morning. The next 2 agenda items are related. They're to a radio system project. Before I get into the agenda items, I'd like to just a brief. Last Friday, we had a need for Douglas County actually had a need for mutual aid from our fire department, and they're on a P25 system, which is what we're moving to. So we distributed some of our new radios to the fire department, to the engine that went over to Douglas County. They were able to switch over to Douglas County 911 when they got over. They were able to talk to them, receive alarms from Douglas County. And so prior to this, we would have never been able to talk to them without either being on the telephone or receiving a radio from them. But we were able to use our new radios, our new system, go over, switch over, talk to Douglas, and assist them with their mutual aid request. So that was our first, even though we haven't cut over yet, that's in 2 weeks. That was our first live interoperability test for this system, and it passed with flying colors. So now on to the change orders. The next 2 change orders, 18 and 19, are actually related. So the action to for the TUSA consulting contract, we're requesting that we extend their services out through August 31st of 2026. And the reason for this is that the project end date is being pushed out to August 31st. It's not affecting cutover. Cutover will be the second week of February, but there are still things that have to be done. The installation of radios in the patrol cars and the fire trucks, all that's going to be ongoing. But we're still going to cut over to portables on February the 10th, I think it is. But this extends TUSA's contract all the way out to the August 31st. They've been our consultant all the way through this. They've handled negotiations with Motorola. And in fact, the next change order that we're going to discuss, Motorola has issued credits to cover the cost of TUSA's.
We're going to go ahead and read that one.
Okay, yes.
Let me read that for you, which is 19. Discuss action to approve change order 5 to the Motorola contract in the amount of $858,463.36, which includes a maintenance cost of $470,680 over a period of 15 years. Also including a Motorola credit to the contract in the amount of $341,415.47, which is a net current with a net current year increase of $46,367.87. Funding will be allotted from 911 fees and SPLOS funds. Now, go over it.
Okay. So, yeah, like I said, these are related. The Motorola issued credits to cover the cost of TUSA's extension out until August 31st, and they've also issued some additional credits. Change order 5, which is number 19, that allows us to, that includes a 5-year extended warranty on our generators and generator equipment. We had some issues with the generators. Motorola has extended a 5-year warranty at no cost to the county. This includes an additional round of coverage testing. Motorola missed the full foliage coverage testing, which we tested as the leaves were coming off the trees, and when the trees are in full foliage, it can affect radio signals. So TUSA negotiated Motorola to come back out, do that testing in the June timeframe, June or July, and that will be at no cost to the county. And it also adds 14 control station radios, and we'll put one at each fire station. This is a backup to all of our other backups. So if we were to lose our automated fire station alerting, this will allow us to manually alert a radio inside that fire station to get them their calls. We have something. We have a similar ability now. We just do it with an old VHF radio system, which is antiquated, and it will go away. The cost to keep that system up and running is about out of my budget is about $110,000 a year to keep that system up. That cost will go away. We will have a yearly cost with the radio management of about $33,000 a year. That'll come out of 911 fees. The radio management portion of this will allow us to program radios over Wi-Fi, so that, let's say, for instance, we have an update to the sheriff's department or to fire department radios. They can pull up to fire training, get on the Wi-Fi. It'll tell them they've got an update. They press a button to accept it. It goes and updates the radio in a matter of seconds, and they go back in service. That's one of the reasons that we want to move forward radio management. This amount does include maintenance out to 15 years and extends the project end date, but it does not affect our cutover date. We're still cutting over in 2 weeks. We wanted the extension on the project out to August 31st to make sure that we have time to finish anything else that pops up. Now, the $176,000 TUSA increase, that's the max that it might cost us to use them through August 31st. If we don't need that money, if we don't need the coverage testing when we get to full foliage, then some of that won't be used. But that's our max cost.
Any questions, comments from the board? Thank you, Mr. Martin. Appreciate it, buddy. Next, we discuss action to adopt ordinance 2026-01 text amendment, the Unified Development Ordinance to include Title III, Development Regulations, and to amend appendix. Ms. Letman, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is a day I've been looking forward to for quite a while, especially the last 12 months. I want to first thank Commissioner Schneider, Commissioner Dunn, and Chairman Estes. We have met monthly, sometimes twice a month. Also thank Ray, George, and Erica from DOT to work to get this document presented to you today. The development regulations has been a standalone document. When we created the UDO in 2022, we wanted one document where if you wanted to develop a piece of property in Paulding County, everything was in there. There was the development regulations, the standard details was a separate document. There were ordinances scattered throughout the code of ordinances, and today we are pleased to bring incorporation of Title III development regulations into the Unified Development Ordinance. One of the main things we did was we organized it in how property is developed. So the first section has general provisions, then it goes to subdivision of property, and then land development, floodplain management, and I'll make a note, floodplain management is a state model ordinance that, as the fact that we are located in the Metropolitan North Georgia Water Planning District, we are required to have the floodplain ordinance. We have a chapter on grading and stormwater detention. Another state model ordinance is the post-construction stormwater management for new development and redevelopment, as is Chapter 360, which is soil erosion, sedimentation, and pollution control. Also, stream buffer protection is a state mandated ordinance. Some new ordinances, we're bringing our 1999 development regulations into the 21st century, and we have some addressing and naming standards. As anyone may be aware that lives in a new subdivision, cluster mailboxes is a new mandate from the U.S. Postal Service, so we have requirements from that. We worked with our IT department, and we have some geospatial information system or GIS requirements. Then we have maintenance and performance bonds and the Development Waiver Review Committee, which we will be welcoming the fire chief to our Development Waiver Review Committee once this is adopted. Water system created, they did the same as we did in the first part. They broke everything down into chapters, and so they have a chapter on policies and procedures, water design and construction, wastewater design and construction, grease interceptors, oil and sand separators, and pump stations. DOT also worked very hard on their section, and they have sections on traffic analysis, roadway design and construction requirements, turn lane technical guidelines, road use, utility installation in or along public ways, and streetlights, districts, and a decorative traffic sign policy. We moved all of the checklists for activities such as preliminary plats, final plats, construction plans into the appendix. So we have a section on checklists, notes, and certifications. So you have all your checklists for the various types of plan submittals that you may do. We also moved the standard details, which I know the water system pretty much completely overhauled their standard details. The Department of Transportation, they do refer to some from GDOT, so we have provided a hyperlink to those, and they are working on creating some specific details for some of the zoning districts we have that are unique, and so we're got that done. And if you have any questions about this monumental task, we have over 500 pages that will be added to the UDO with this text amendment. I know you all read it over the weekend when you were snowed in. And I'm happy to answer any questions as well.
I have a comment. I know we've invested many, many, many hours in this. We've put together a good team to go through every scenario. Thank you, Chris and everybody and all the commissioners. So I know you thought us, but I want to thank you for all your hard work and all your spreadsheets. They're amazing. Any other comments or questions from the board? I guess that's it. Thank you so much.
You.
Next, we'll discuss action to approve the purchased granulated activity carbon, which is the GAC from Calgon Carbon Corporation, in the amount of $724,800 for the triannual replacement of GAC in the six existing GAC vessels at the Richmond Creek Water Treatment Plant. Funding for this will be allocated from the Water and Sewer Fund. This project is located in Post 4. Mr. Wooten.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We use the granulated activated carbon, which is GAC, to basically treat the water to remove all kind of organic compounds. There we have PFAS, which is long chain carbons that we remove, and we also use it for taste and odor. When these vessels utilize the GAC for a long period of time, it gets to an age to where we need to pull it out, burn it to get rid of the compounds, and then have it reinstalled along with some virgin carbon to keep the system running. We are fortunate enough to be working with a vendor that has guaranteed their prices for us for the next 5 years. What this item is, it's a triannual, so every 4 months we'll be replacing 2 of our units with regenerated carbon. We start with virgin carbon in 2 units, take that material, Calgon fixes it. In 4 months, they put the recycled carbon into a unit, take it out. So they also are storing by 2 vessels, that would be 2 vessels that are 60,000 pounds each. They're storing it for us at Calgon. And what we would like, or what we're asking for the board, is for y'all to approve the purchase of the GAC through Calgon Carbon Corporation in the amount of $724,800 in the triannual replacement of the carbon, which means every 4 months we'll use a portion of that money throughout the year. Any questions?
Questions or comments? Thank you, Mr. Wooten. Y'all doing a good job out there.
All right, thank you.
That concludes our regular business, public participation on non-agenda items. I know that Todd Pannell there he is right there. He just walked in. You know the routine, buddy. Just come up to the podium.
I don't think I'm going to need it all today, but I'd appreciate a 2-minute warning. Okay. My name's Todd Pownell, and I live on Coal Lake Road. I had got on the agenda this morning for the subject of data centers, and I had done a good bit of work the last few weeks and had that information to present to you this morning. However, for some reason, something came up to me to take a look at a couple of things, and so this is what I'm going to talk about. Mr. Phillip, is still data centers. So I spoke to the Planning and Zoning Board, and of course they denied that property going to a data center behind me on Coal Lake Road. Then it came before y'all. I spoke to y'all, I believe, on December 9th, which would be your last meeting of the year. And I asked 3 different things. I said, I'd love for you to deny it. And then I said, I'd really like for you to table it if you're not going to deny it, so that I had a chance to get my open records request and I could look at a few things. And I said, but if you're not going to do that, what I'm asking for is a 200-foot undisturbed buffer. You remember that. Mm-hmm. Now, in the properties that were done earlier in the year, it was a 100-foot buffer is what was put, 100-foot undisturbed buffer. On this particular property, y'all actually had put in there a 200-foot buffer. It did not read undisturbed. So when I came up and asked for those 3 things, hoping that you would deny it, asking you to table it, and then I asked for the 200-foot undisturbed buffer, I asked for that 200-foot undisturbed buffer. Y'all were doing a 200-foot buffer. I asked for it to say undisturbed. Ms. Caker, you made the motion. You made the motion to include a 200-foot undisturbed buffer. That's what I asked for, and that's what you made the motion for. When I read back at all the other things, it talks about those buffers and those properties, and it talked about it on this one. But when I went to the minutes, and this happened early this morning, for some reason, I went to the minutes that y'all approved at the first meeting of the year. It said that Ms. Caker made the motion to approve, amending it that there would be a 200-foot undisturbed buffer on the property
Mr. Pownell, you have 2 more minutes.
that backs up to the Pownell property. And that's not what I asked for. And that's not the motion you made. Ask for a 200-foot buffer on the property, period. Y'all had already had a 200-foot buffer on the property, everything that touches R2 zoning. In your motion, when you listen to it on video and you watch it, your motion was a 200-foot buffer, period, undisturbed. Am I right?
You are right, but you asked for the undisturbed buffer. So,
No.
meaning your property.
No.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so it's okay. So I did not. It's on video. Pure, cut, and dry. I said, my neighbors and I, we want that property to be an undisturbed, 200-foot undisturbed buffer. And that's the motion that you made. You didn't make the motion that it would be along the Pownell property, which would, no, it is if you'll listen to the video. I'm not trying to be argumentative. I really just came up here to say, this is what happened. I checked the minutes, and I'm asking y'all to fix the minutes, because that's not what was requested. That's not what that I asked for. It's on video, and that's not the motion you made. Something may have come up later, but that's not the motion that you made. I have never come up to ask for something for just me. It's always been a we, my neighbors. It may concern me, but I did not ask for that for just me. That zoning talks about a 200-foot buffer, and I asked for it to be 200-foot.
Your time's up.
My time's up. 200-foot undisturbed buffer is what I asked for. Y'all have 200-foot buffer, ask for 200 foot. That's what you made the motion for. I'm asking y'all to amend those minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Purnell. Appreciate
Thank you.
your concerns and thoughts. Any comments or announcements from the commissioners? Okay, Virginia.
Turn my microphone off. I have it on. Okay, first of all, I'll be having a town hall on February 12th for post 3. Anyone else is welcome as well. That will be on a Thursday, about a little bit over 2 weeks away. And Greystone Power has graciously agreed to host that again. That will be from 5:30 to 7:30 on February 12th. Also, I got an email. I know we don't have a congressperson right now, so if you or anyone you know had a child who was interested in one of the military academies, they can still go through the senator's offices. And I didn't get an email from one of our senators, but I got one from Senator Ossoff. That's our U.S. senators. And they will be having a Military Academy Day on March 28th, but you must RSVP by March 13th. So if your student is interested in that, then you might want to get in touch with your U.S. Senator's office to make sure they don't lose that opportunity while we do not have a congressperson.
Good. Thank you, Virginia. Any other comments or announcements?
I would like to say congratulations to our fire department, and thank you for all public safety that was out over the last few days. Thank you for doing what you do and keeping our county safe.
I second that. Any others? Okay, we're not having an executive session today, so I would like to have a motion to adjourn this session.
Motion to adjourn.
Ms. Galloway, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Snyder, all in favor, say aye.
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 We are adjourned. Y'all have a good rest of the day.
Aye.